This morning, I would like to specially recognize and acknowledge the Chancellor of Covenant University, Dr. David Oyedepo. Even as we take the press briefing for this very auspicious event, we are grateful to God to be part of making history, and this particular press briefing serves as a defining moment indeed, not just for Covenant University, as we stand on the heels of entering our 10th year as a university, because by the 21st of October, talking about Friday this week, Covenant University enters its 10th year as we celebrate 9 years since the university opened its doors on the 21st of October, 2002. And it is a validating experience to also be part of going global, even as we make our marks on the sands of time, looking at the global relevance of this particular occasion. I want to duly acknowledge the leadership, the insights, the visionary and transformational contributions of the Chancellor of Covenant University, Dr. David Oyedepo. We thank God for his life, his leadership, his ideas and ideals, and the vision for repositioning universities in Nigeria, and also the relevance that university education and university as a context must make even into the global issues of our time. And this particular launch of the global report puts it right in context. I recognize him, and I stand in on behalf of the Chancellor of Covenant University and on behalf of the management of Covenant University as we take this report. May I also recognize the Deputy Vice Chancellor, as earlier introduced, the Registrar of Covenant University, the Deans of our two colleges, College of Science and Technology, College of Development Studies, the Dean of the School of Postgraduate Studies, and the Dean of Students. I also this morning recognize the Director of the various units, Directors of various units represented here, everyone already introduced. And today, I especially welcome the gentlemen of the press. I believe everyone is a gentleman for this particular purpose, as we may all be gentlemen in this conference room this morning. The fourth estate of the realm, and to continue to appreciate the great relationship base that we share, and to also put in context your important role in disseminating information on global programs such as this. I say welcome again to Covenant University. May I also recognize Professor Kayode Shuremeko. It was his contribution and his eagerness to ensure that as a professor and as dean in the College of Development Studies, that college was truly driving change for human development, and through a linkage with the UN Habitat in Nairobi, a collaboration was formed, and we signed an MOU on the 19th of July 2011, and that MOU has opened up to the launch of the global report, and that is what we should begin to drive: relevance and continuous relevance, and the difference a university can make, even to the issues of concern in our current global world. There are two issues right now of global concern looking at events in the last 2 years, particularly looking at the economic meltdown and how much poverty is currently being experienced in our world, and the second one being issues of global warming, climate change. And at first it would appear that this was happening in distant context. But just as the chair LOC just mentioned, it's no longer happening in far away context. We remember that God's first charge to man, when he gave him the Garden of Eden, was to keep it and dress it. So issues of an earth-friendly planet and issues of our planet home is not so far away, even as we consider issues of global warming, climate change. I will look at human settlements, cities, and how much this is affected by the issues we'll be looking at as I welcome us this morning to the launch of the United Nations Global Report on Human Settlements, GRHS 2011, holding in Covenant University tomorrow, the 18th of October 2011. This pre-launch conference briefing is one that we value, and we appreciate the great turnout of press men that have come. And I also want to appreciate members of the management of Covenant University and the local organizing committee that have worked very, very hard to put all of this together. On behalf of the Chancellor and Chairman Board of Regents of Covenant University, Dr. David Oyedepo, therefore, I say welcome to the press briefing heralding the launch of the United Nations Global Report on Human Settlements. This launch is also a part of the activities lined up to celebrate Covenant University's 9th Founders Day, which comes up on the 21st of October 2011. God has been faithful to us as a university indeed, and even on this particular platform, would like to say to him be all the glory for his faithfulness. Covenant University UN Habitat collaboration. As earlier mentioned, Covenant University on the 19th of July 2011 signed a memorandum of understanding with the United Nations Human Settlement Program, UN Habitat, to promote joint collaborative research, students' internship placement, solar energy provisions, professional training, technical assistance, and other collaborative efforts that will be agreed by both Covenant University and UN Habitat in the areas of mutual interest. It is on this basis that Covenant University is privileged to host the launch of the United Nations Global Report on Human Settlements in collaboration with UN Habitat. The Global Report is usually launched only in world-class universities in major power centers. While we lay no claim to that status yet, we are, however, on a steady and conscious march towards becoming a world-class university of reference and one with a very solid reputation, not just in Africa, but for the whole of the Black race. To date, no Nigerian or African university has hosted the launch of the Global Report. Covenant University, therefore, is privileged to be the very first. The Global Report on Human Settlements 2011 has only been launched at the London School of Economics in the United Kingdom and Columbia University in the United States of America. The Global Report 2011. The Global Report on Human Settlements 2011 addresses cities and climate change. It provides the most current, insightful, decisive, authoritative, and up-to-date assessment of conditions and trends in the world's cities, urban centers, and other human settlements with specific focus on areas of immediate and challenging concerns. It also raises awareness on human settlement issues, population crisis, and the plight of the less privileged in developing societies. The Global Report 2011 provides current and conclusive information on the conditions of urban centers, cities, and trends around the world. Written in a very clear, non-technical language and supported by informative graphics, case studies, and extensive, already analyzed statistical data, the Global Report 2011 is an essential tool and reference for researchers, academics, development partners, architects, builders, non-governmental organizations, public authorities, civil societies, and other related organizations around the world. The Global Report on Human Settlements is one of the UN Habitat's 2 flagship report series prepared under a mandate from the United Nations General Assembly talking about Resolution 34/114, putting it in context. From a recently published newsletter by UN Habitat, Cities and Climate Change, 2 reviews, I'll take that again. From a recently published newsletter by UN Habitat, Cities and Climate Change, which reviews the linkages between urbanization and climate change, 2 of the greatest challenges currently facing humanity in the 21st century, and whose effects are converging in dangerous ways. It illustrates the significant contribution of urban areas to climate change, while at the same time highlighting the potentially devastating effects of climate change on urban populations. It reviews policy responses, strategies, and practices that are emerging in urban areas to mitigate and adapt to climate change, as well as their potential achievements and constraints. In conclusion, the report argues that urban areas must play a significant role in addressing the challenges posed by climate change. The report also submits that urban centers must be at the forefront of every effort to mitigate both climate change and climate adaptation issues. And it also identifies strategies and approaches for strengthening this all-important role. We can therefore see that the university context plays a very major role in this effect, one by championing the drive for awareness creation and also getting involved in relevant research that would help to provide solutions towards the mitigation agenda. According to UN Habitat's GRHS 2011 press reviews, it is estimated that by the year 2050, there could be as many as 200 million environmental refugees worldwide, many of whom will be forced from their homes by rising sea levels and the increased frequency of flooding or drought. The recent flooding situation in southwest states like Lagos and Ibadan in Nigeria makes this report of strategic importance to the government of those states. The eastern part of Nigeria is not at all left out. Recently, press reports put pictures of the effect of erosion around the Onitsha city and related environs. And not also too far, not long ago, the University of Uyo reached out to the government to save its campus. All of this could be tied to issues of climate change. The future of our cities, populations, and youths suggests why Covenant University is involved. The university is the new face of higher education in Nigeria and Africa, and is committed to the restoration of Africa's lost glory. and we note that our mission is in enforcing the restoration of the dignity of the black man, human settlements not left out at all. Covenant University's 9th Founders Day celebration is one that we appreciate God for, and even on the platform of this launch, we note that the university continues to look towards the future with a lot of hope and excitement, noting the role and relevance a university context must hold. It's therefore worthy to note that during this anniversary, we're taking on the launch of the Global Report in further addressing the challenges of man. It's, however, not enough to itemize and list the various challenges Covenant University, via its research efforts, and of course, other relevant platforms, noting the role a university must serve, is excited and privileged to be involved in preferring solutions along the various parts itemized. May I go back on memory lane and say that on October the 21st, 2002, to be precise, Covenant University opened its doors. And therefore, Friday this week, Covenant University will be 9 solid years young. Covenant University was birthed on the platform of a departure philosophy and driving a revolution on the educational landscapes of Africa to help restore the dignity of the black man. Our vision is to be a leading world-class Christian mission university committed to raising a new generation of leaders. The mandate of the university is indeed a rescue mission in education, driven on the platform of a Christian ethos and life-transforming values. The integration of the fundamental requirements stipulated by the academic and professional quality assurance bodies, a global outlook, and impact-driven learning emphasis provides a powerful synergy for empowerment in enabling the inculcation of intellectual and creative prowess via a platform of a solid commitment to self-discovery. We can therefore see the link between this particular outreach as we launch the Global Report 2011 and our commitment driven on the wheels of the vision and mission and other core value imperatives. The university's focus for this current academic session, which is the 2011-2012 academic session, is expanding our frontiers, securing the future. Therefore, making the collaboration with UN Habitat a part of our current strategic focus. To celebrate the 9th Founders Day, we're happy to present our score sheet since the last Founders Day celebration doors. It is with great privilege and gratitude to God that I hereby present a few of some landmark events between the last Founders Day and this very one. 1. The university was ranked among the top 100 in Africa. And top 10 in Nigeria in the Webometric ranking for 2011. If I would like to be precise, 31st of July 2011 was when the ranking table was released. 2. The university signed MOUs with Portsmouth University in the UK, UN Habitat, and has reached advanced stages in signing other MOUs with other reputable universities across Europe, North America, and Africa. Indeed, our international office and linkages has been quite proactive in driving the expansion agenda of the university. 3, the university won the rights to be an AutoCAD training center and one of 2,000 recognized in the whole world for the certification of AutoCAD applications. There are only 2 universities in Nigeria recognized to be AutoCAD training centers: Covenant University and the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Covenant University also won the first ever Unilever Ideas Trophy, again between the last Founders Day and this particular one. The university won a bronze medal for her locally produced school management program software in 2011, Inventors Fair held in Stockholm, Sweden. The university also returned first in the category of Best Innovation Design at the fair. May I just say that it was the Autodesk Training Center, not AutoCAD, Autodesk Training Center. Covenant University is an approved Autodesk Training Center. The university won a bronze medal for her locally produced school management program software in 2011. The university also won the US SUSU Award to represent Nigeria and West African sub-region in the 2011 edition, hosted at the Ohio University, Columbus, United States of America. We have also hosted to date, talking about the last Founders Day and the period between that time and now, over 5 international conferences and workshops. The university, in June this year, successfully hosted the Association of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities, and she emerged as the first private university to host this particular conference. It was a great outing indeed, and a wonderful and awesome convocation. Some of our faculty members continue to win the Junior Fulbright Awards, Academy of Science Award for Developing Nations, postdoctoral fellowships from the African Humanities Program of the American Council of Learned Societies. May I say that we also continue to enjoy the goodwill from other linkages from industries and from the alumni base. A number of our students have started their own companies, a number of them completing master's programs, and a number of them getting into universities of high repute in Africa, in Europe, and other parts of the world. To be 9 years on the 21st of October is one thing, but to be 9 years looking at such a scorecard and also noting that as we advance and also expand the frontiers of learning, and as we also engage in finding robust solutions to the challenges not just in our nation or continent, but challenges in our world, the validation for what universities must serve and continue to serve is being actualized on the grounds of Covenant University. And I do believe that in driving further reputations and also driving relevance, putting all our core values together, putting the vision of Covenant University together, and also putting the missionary base together, Covenant University, as it steps into its 10th year, is stepping in style, in grandeur, and taking steps to quickly becoming a university of renown, great repute, as we advance the course of learning. May I say, we're doing this not just in driving a very robust academic curriculum, but in making sure that we advance strategies and solutions that will affect the lot and improve humankind all across the world. For as long as we continue to release ourselves to God and his helps, we do believe that very shortly, in line with our visionary days, Covenant University is set to emerge as a world-class university in the not-so-distant future. I want to thank you all for listening, and thank you again for coming. God bless you.